Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. My name is Jeff. Last week wore me out, man. Big thanks to Sal from Sal's Camper Life. Link down below. And to a couple of videos. I did a live show with him and Peter, Old Man King Homestead. And Sal has a video of the picnic tables and stuff. But man, it was hot this week. He was here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and yesterday was Saturday. And I just had to take it easy. Had to. Big rain this morning. Clouds, high it's humid because of the rain, but it's only low 80s. And it's supposed to be low 80s tomorrow too. Anyway, I've got this Fronthoe attachment on the skid steer, and I'm going to go do some work with it. Kittens, they're doing well. I'm not, but they are. Oh man, so they're just so needy, and they're not going to sleep 8 hours at a time. So I've been, and it rained last night, so I got that tent for them. Yeah, I'll get it figured out. That way, I, at least, you know, in the afternoon, I can get a nap in, or, you know, that's just how it goes. Okay, I'm tired, but it's not sweltering hot, so I'm going to go fool around in my skid steer with the Fronthoe. What do you think about that, Bob? What do you think? All right. Oh, sorry for the fog. It is humid. All right, so yeah, that was having some fun. Let's walk down here. Got the Fronthoe on it. So I went back. Well, I'll see you in a minute. Front yard flock needs to be moved. So that was what I was working on today. Yep. Back in there, going back in there in the shade. As soon as I can get all that back there done. So that's what I was doing, taking out these trees that are growing back. You know, similar to something like that. You never know. It might have started from seed or whatever, but it probably didn't. There's probably a big old root under there and a stump. So digging though, they'll just keep growing back and growing back and growing back. So I went back there and I didn't get all of them, but I did get a lot of them on the other side of these weeds. And then while I was at it, I'm like, all right, let's take a stab at some of these pine stumps. And somebody was asking, why do you leave them tall when you cut them down? That's why you leave them tall when you cut them down. They're easier to push over. So that Fronthoe is really, it's not heavy duty, you know, like a mini excavator or backhoe or something like that. It's just not that powerful. But the ground was wet because all that rain. And I got, what, a handful of those pretty big ones. This giant one here I didn't get, and that big one down there I didn't want to push it too hard. And I've got the tool for this. I've got a stump bucket, which is a lot more powerful. And so once I get the stump bucket on, I'll get these two out. But I figured while I was out here today, after I was back in there, behind these, there's another hoop coop behind it. So now I need to go through there with the grapple and clean up all the junk that I just pulled up, and then go through with the flail mower and get that all cut down. A lot of that stuff is just annual, you know, like poke and stuff like that doesn't have thick stems. So I got all the stuff with the thick stems. Now I can go through there with the flail mower. But I want to get you know, a bunch of the roots and stuff. So I'll go through with grapple first and clean it up a little bit, and then go through with the flail mower. And then I can put fences around those two. So we'll, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see about that. I've been having troubles getting that grapple back on. Maybe I can get some help tomorrow on that. But yeah, pleasantly surprised that this Fronthoe on the skid steer can take out some pretty big root balls and stumps. A little progress every day get you to your goal. Yep. Couldn't really brush flail mow brush hog today. Everything's kind of wet, and I do want to clean that up a little bit before I go back there. So get the grapple on first, but we'll be I'll be back at it tomorrow. Should be cooler temperatures once again. Humidity is just insane. Insane with the rain. That's all right. Yeah, working back there. Sal helped me pull up a fence that I had back there. I needed to pull it up and get it out of the way. So he was huge help last week putting stuff together for me. Doing a lot of bending and reaching under, and you know, stuff that I just can't do very much. I do a little bit here and there, but I can't do enough to finish, you know, projects like a picnic table in any short amount of time. So yeah, again, Sal's Camper Life, and links to his videos. He's been over here a couple days. Did a live show with him, so I prefer doing live shows when I got, you know, somebody around. So that was a pretty good live show. And yeah, working back there. Not much left, and then I can go through and I got 2 hoop coops back there I just need to clear all the brush around them and then put fence around each one, and then I can move those chickens in the front yard back into the shaded forest for the rest of the summer. Well, I guess it's not even summer yet. Well, next week. Yeah, next week is when we're still spring. So yeah, we'll get the chickens out of the front yard for summer. Yeah, and first up, I went over to the new property, and you remember I had the grapple, and I was taking out, there were some patches of trees around. I took out all those patches of trees with grapple, but there were a few stragglers that I couldn't get up with the grapple, so that Fronthoe takes care of them real quick. That's really cool. That's about all I got for today. Not a ton of excitement. I'm having fun learning how that skid steer works, and it's different than a vehicle with four wheels, because you've got a flat surface, and so when you hit a bump, you're teetering where your center of gravity is. So it feels like you're gonna tip over, but you're not gonna tip over. You just your body just has to get used to it enough, I guess. So you're not freaking out every time it tips backward a little bit when you go over a bump. It definitely takes some getting used to, but I'm a lot better now than I have been on that thing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. Take it easy. Look for more skid steer action in the next video, and more preparations for the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence 4th of July party.